What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it if you're a returning subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. You can tell it's Friday. I'm talking way too much. But anyway, listen. I want to talk about this story, a little bit more about the story I covered earlier that happened this past week, Monday to be exact. And it's out of Falls City, Washington, in which a 15-year-old boy who they're not naming, they're not showing, is brought up on murder charges for trying to wipe his whole family out. Ladies and gentlemen, this 15-year-old boy, who remains unnamed, killed his mom, his dad, his brother, other sister, and who am I missing? So, he killed 3 of his siblings, both of his parents. One sister, who was 11 years old, survived and escaped by playing dead. I'm going to play you these videos real quick, and they go in succession. One has more information than the other, but it all ties together. Man, there's some people out here that are nuts, man. And look how he tried to make this look like he was a victim. Take a look.
All right, I want to take you to Falls City, Washington, just outside of Seattle, where a 15-year-old was charged with the horrifying murder of his 2 parents and 3 of his siblings, tried to blame his brother for the crime as well. That's detailed in court documents. And authorities are withholding the teen's name because he is a juvenile. King County Court also charged the teen with 1 count of attempted murder for shooting and wounding his 11-year-old sister. CBS News correspondent Carter Evans is in Los Angeles for us with the very latest on this. Welcome, Carter. This is just a horrifying story.
Horrible.
How did this whole thing transpire according to these documents?
Okay, so let me try and map this out from the first phone call that came into police. This is a 911 phone call early Monday morning from a frantic teenager, a 15-year-old boy, saying that his brother, his 13-year-old brother, had murdered his entire family. Mm-hmm. Now, just a few minutes later, they get a second 911 phone call. This is from a neighbor's house, and it's a girl claiming to be the boy's sister. And he says, no, it wasn't the brother, the 13-year-old brother that murdered the family. It's the one that called 911 that murdered the entire family. He also shot me. So then police come to the scene, and they say it looks like the suspect, the 15-year-old boy there, had arranged the scene and tampered with evidence to make it look like the 13-year-old brother had actually committed these crimes, shot the family, and then shot himself. Right now, that sister was treated at the hospital and released. She was shot at least 1 time. We're told she played dead until her brother left her bedroom after he shot her, and then she climbed out a window and ran to the neighbor's house.
Oh, Carter, the details of this are just so horrific. As far as we know, though, this teen is going to be charged as a juvenile, but could that change given this crime?
Yeah, I think this is going to change. And when you listen to authorities talking about this and the severity of this and what occurred and just how gruesome the scene was, first of all, we don't know exactly what the motive was yet. There are a couple of ideas floating around there that the 15-year-old may have done poorly on a few tests recently and received some poor grades and was concerned about that. But we really don't know what the motive is in this case. We do know that prosecutors want to move this to adult court. They say these crimes are just gruesome and egregious, and that this is something, and that this kid should be tried as an adult. Mind you, if he is tried as a juvenile, the maximum term he could face is 10 years. So that would put him in prison up until he's 25. If he's tried as an adult, he could get 25 years to life.
Just such a tragic story on all fronts. All right, CBS News correspondent Carter Evans from Los Angeles, thank you so much for that.
Live from Fox 13, this is breaking news.
We continue to follow breaking news tonight. The King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office has filed charges against the 15-year-old accused of killing 5 of his family members. Thanks for being with us. I'm David Rose.
And I'm Sabir Rayford. The shooting happened in Falls City early Monday morning. Fox 13's Jennifer Dowling has been going through those charging documents. Jennifer, what have you learned?
That teen is going to be charged with murder in the death of the family members who didn't survive, and also with attempted murder for shooting his sister, who did survive. Charging documents state that the teen accused of killing his family called 911 just before 5 a.m. and told dispatchers that someone just shot his whole family and then tried to accuse one of his brothers of committing the crime. Documents state he then put out an accusation that his brother had done so because he had been caught looking at pornography the night before. However, one of the siblings that survived the shooting had escaped and contradicted that statement in dramatic fashion. The surviving sister said that she was asleep in her room with her 7-year-old sister Katie and heard gunfire. She says she saw Joshua, her brother, and her father laying in the hallway, bleeding from the head and mouth. She saw her younger sister get up and go into the hallway. Then she was shot. Then she says the oldest brother accused in this crime came into her bedroom. She says she saw him enter her room, point a gun at her, and shoot her once or twice. She held her breath and played dead until he left the room, and she thought that a single bullet hit both her hand and her neck and that she immediately felt pain. Her father had a Glock handgun in a lockbox, she said. She said she recognized the gun that he shot her with as her father's silver Glock handgun. She said she escaped out a fire window and could see her oldest brother on the phone with police. She said she then called 911 and got help for herself, and he was arrested. The news has left many traumatized in the small Lake Alice community and beyond.
I saw them as like the perfect family, so it's kind of shocking.
There's just overwhelming pain at times, and then sadness, lots and lots of sadness.
The King County Medical Examiner's Office has also officially released the names of those who were killed and how they died. The ME says Mark and Sarah Humiston died after being shot multiple times. Neighbors say 43-year-old Mark was the children's father. He died of multiple gunshot wounds. The kids' mother was 42-year-old Sarah Humiston. She died of multiple gunshot wounds to the head, according to the ME. The second oldest son in the family was 13. He was shot multiple times in the head and died at the scene. The third oldest was 9 years old. He died of a gunshot wound to the head. The youngest daughter, just 7, also died of a gunshot wound to the head.
Guys, that's the story. And if you search around in some of the comments on some of these news articles about the story, if you've been keeping up with it, people have named this child. They said his name is Andrew Humiston. He's 15 years old. Pure evil. You shot your parents in the head multiple times, and you could stomach doing that. What type of violence or what type of stuff are you exposed to where a normal child can do that to anybody, let alone somebody that they love? You understand what I'm saying? And not feel nothing. He tried to switch it up and say it was his brother who was 13. Oh, he was watching porn. He was watching porn. That's why he did it. He got caught the night before. You went in the lockbox, got your dad's gun. Now you can see those people look like they was well off. Provided a nice life for these kids. People said, they was like the ideal family. That means nothing though, because you don't know what goes on in the heads of those that you put in a position to succeed. And even if you have a stable household, you can have unstable children. This is proof of it. Now this guy wants to be, he in juvenile court. They talking about, they want to try him as adult. They should, because he killed adults. Anytime you do some type of killing and it's well thought out and planned, you should be charged as an adult. You do adult goofiness, you should get adult punishment. And no matter what, no amount of punishment they give them is enough. For real. They need to start exiling people. For real, get them out of here. Let them create their own society in the middle of nowhere. Gather resources and everything like they did in the Stone Age or whatever age it was, where you had to get in where you fit in. This is craziness. It's like nothing for a kid to turn on their parents. I mean, look at the world we living in. This is really scary. You can do all you can to provide for your children, all the sacrifices you make, and still get attacked in the end. Where does that leave us, man? Seriously. They had a lakefront house. I'm sure he could have, enjoyed himself. Besides being in the house, whoever the parents was providing, they had a dream. They took the kids with them, made them a part of them. You turn on your parents? Try blaming that on your brother? That's corny. Girl told right on him. Said she was shot in the neck and the hand. So I don't know if she did like that, because she said once or twice he shot her. Something traumatic like that. Hell, she might not even remember after the first blast. Said she held her breath and had searing pain. She stood there and took that just with her will to survive. It's crazy. I would show him no leniency. I don't give a damn. 15 years old, you know the difference between right and wrong. You know the difference between right and wrong. Now, she just got released from the hospital yesterday. But I mean, come on, man. Come on. What are we doing here? I wonder if he was on any kind of medication or had psychological issues. Nowadays, it don't even matter. Because sane people are doing insane shit. I'm just saying. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.